Hey everybody, we're back with some Spark the Electric Jester 2, where Spark does not actually seem to appear in this game. I bet it'll show up somewhere later. Okay, yeah, Orange's boss fights, picking up this game after a couple days again. I only recorded 2 episodes the other day because I wanted Allie to have some more time on the Steam Deck, playing Fields of Mystria, which looks really cool. So we're heading to Shantoria Town. So, you know, when I have this power up, I know it's turning me a dark blue because I'm using the plasma sword. But when I have this power up, it makes me kind of look like EJ. I'm guessing EJ stands for Electric Jester. So we know, whoops. We know that, Spark, of course, was a robot replica of Spark. And then EJ appears to be a replica of Fark, another robot. I think we need a term for that. So, like, obviously when you make, like, a robot version or a clone version or an evil version, you call them a doppelganger. And I came up with this when I was... when I was making the Blue Sky post for the first episode of this. But I think when the doppelganger gets their own copy, I think that should be called a Troppleganger, like triple. Because doppelganger basically means... I think it's coming from German. Yeah, because there's more of those than you'd think. I'm not going to do a pointless top 10 right now, because I don't feel like it. But, like, obviously there's so many characters in video games and outside of video games who are made to be, you know, a dark shadow of somebody, not the least of which is Shadow. Sonic actually has a lot of these kinds of characters because, like, there are all the different variations of a robot Sonic in the early games, Metal Sonic being the most famous, but there was also, like, Mecha Sonic and Silver Sonic for whenever they wanted to, like, make a boss that was like, oh, it's Sonic but a robot. Knuckles also, I think, was kind of presented as, like, somebody with skills equal to Sonic who was standing in his way until they joined up. Sorry, I had to clear my throat. Okay, so this thing is shooting at me, but I can't seem to destroy it. Oh, I was pressing the wrong button for dash this whole time. There we go. But then, like... So, like, Shadow... For Shadow as a doppelganger to Sonic, even though, as we've discussed, they've kind of inspired each other in universe. But then, like, in Sonic 06, you have Mephiles, which is, you know, a dark god. Is it, like, a form of Iblis? Is it an aspect of Iblis? I think Iblis and Mephiles are, like, related somehow. I forget the finer points of that game's plot. I never actually played it, so. Wow, this level's kind of expansive. But Mephiles takes on a form like Shadow. So I say Mephiles then is a copy of a copy. He's a double of a doppelganger. He's a Troppleganger. You could also say it's like you're squaring it, so it would be 4, so you could call it a Quappleganger. But I think that's gonna make people think there's like 4 different stages of iterations, so I think Troppleganger is the way to go here. So yeah, EJ would be a Troppleganger because it's Spark to Fark to EJ. I'd say another really famous one, actually, is Waluigi. Is this a bike? Oh no, this is the kick ability. Okay, but I lost my sword, and I love my sword. I like this ability too, I just haven't really played with it much yet. So yeah, let's play with it for a little bit. Oh man, I cannot, like, unfrog my throat today. Okay, so I should be parrying that. You know what it is? He's doing, like, Cossack kicks. That's it. And that's why he's wearing, like, winter clothes. It's like he's Russian dancing. So I'd say, like, Waluigi is, like, a pretty famous Troppleganger. Because in that case, he might even be a Quappleganger. Because in that case, there are 4 characters at play. There's Wario, who's essentially a villainous doppelganger of Mario. I think the official lore is that they were kids who used to play together. That's at least like what the tie-in comic said at the time of Super Mario Land. And then in Mario Tennis, we get Waluigi, who's supposed to be Wario's version of Waluigi. So it's not like there's 4 iterations in a row, but it kind of completes a square of, like, Luigi is Mario's brother, so they're already, like, a little bit alike, but they're separate characters. And then Wario is a doppelganger of Luigi, and then Waluigi is a doppelganger of Luigi, but themed to be a doppelganger in the same way as Wario is to Mario, so yeah, Quappleganger. I'd say there are 3 iterations, but there are 4 characters involved. Whoa. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh no, what has happened? Okay, well, I fell through the stage, but I managed to save it there. Indie game, I'm not going to get too mad. Indie 3D game. You guys are doing great. I don't like these cannons, because apparently I can't destroy them. And they're just gonna keep shooting at me, and that's annoying. Okay, well, I think it's cool. This Cossack kick ability is far less useful than the plasma sword that I gave up for it. I got a little slowed down there on the apex. Oh! Okay, that's one way to do it. So, which way am I actually going here? That's the first loop I went through, so I think I want to go this way. Okay, and there's the goal ring, so I will survive to the end of the level. So this is really cool. The environments are cool. The vibes are on point. There's just not really a lot happening action-wise, which is why I'd still maybe put this, you know, a rung below Sonic Adventure 2. I don't really feel constantly engaged. Hello? Can you hear me? Hello? Oh, that's someone else. Hello? Can you hear me? Hello? This is Data? Who are you? And where am I? I am Clarity. Freom is back. You are the only one who can stop him. What is this all about? What are you? I am an intelligence, made by Dr. Armstrong, to stop Freom. I am his last resort, and I need your help. Yeah, so I think Freom's gonna be back as a final boss threat. That seems to be the confirmation that Freom really is back. Well, we kind of already knew that because Freom apparently hired those mercenaries, unless it was gonna be that they were, like, acting on his behalf after Freom died and still doing the mission, but they talked about him like he was still around, so... I have yet to get full I think I might have gone full static in a boss fight. Okay, so another Troppleganger, I would say. So, okay, in this, like, rule set I'm making here, it's not that... So this isn't about, like, the in-universe lore. You know, the character doesn't have to actually be a copy of them in-universe. It doesn't have to be, like, a clone or a robot duplicate made to look like Mario. It just needs to be... In the real world, this character was made to look like this pre-existing character. Even if in-universe they're older or they look like them for a different reason. So, like, you could even say, like, Virgil is kind of made to be like a shadow to Dante. I wouldn't call Virgil a full-on doppelganger, though, so this one's kind of tenuous. But if he were, then V... you know, being kind of an aspect of Virgil could maybe be called a Troppleganger, but that's not a great example. So, like, here's one. Meta Knight. Meta Knight, it's revealed, basically is the same species as whatever Kirby is. Is just presumably older, has settled on using a sword as his main weapon, has a lot of other powers. So in that way, he's a little bit of a Kirby doppelganger. And then in Kirby and the Amazing Mirror, we get Dark Meta Knight. So that would be a Troppleganger. And actually, we have multiple Tropplegangers then off of that, because we also have Galactonite, first appearing in Kirby Superstar Ultra. And we also now have Morpho Knight, first appearing in... Well, Morpho Knight was a, like, beta design for Meta Knight, I believe, but then it was used for its own character in Kirby Star Allies. Now, I would say all three of them, Galactonite, Dark Meta Knight, and Morpho Knight, are all Tropplegangers, because I don't think they're really copying off of each other. They're all copying off of Meta Knight, so they're all Stage 3. Unless you want to say that Morpho Knight was added as, like, a super boss in the same vein as Galactonite, but was different to be a surprise, then you can maybe call it, you know, a Quappleganger. I guess if you were using all 5, then it would become a Quippleganger. You know, Latin roots for numbers are very easy to do. But no, I would say they're all Tropplegangers, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Oh, there's gotta be more. You could probably go down a rabbit hole with, like, Mega Man characters. Like Mega Man to Proto Man to Zero to the Zero in Mega Man Zero. Okay, we did activate that checkpoint, so that's good. I have like a shield going here. Is that because I got enough little yellow bits? I guess so. Yeah, I think that's like protecting my health when I'm taking damage here. It was going into the shield instead. I started playing Metroid Prime 4, and I actually have 2 of the 3 amiibos that were released alongside it, and one of them, like, gives you a power shield that you can only use once a day, but gives you sort of like a Halo-style shield over your health. I only used it once just out of, like, curiosity to see what the amiibo did. I really like amiibo as, like, figurines. I like collecting them. As far as their implementation in games go, they're pretty much always a miss, I think. It's either, like... Because you scan them in and they're supposed to unlock features. And the problem is, they need to, like, find the right balance of features. Because... if they make the feature something too cool, it's like, why would you lock this feature behind an expensive amiibo? But if they make it too lame, it's like, what's the point of the amiibo? So, like, a lot of times there's something, like, kind of really inconsequential. Oh, boss EJ. Okay. I feel like it shouldn't tell me who the boss is on the screen until I've, like, completed the stage. There you are. You arrived as fast as a snail. Color me impressed. I feel like I've been, like, missing on a lot of these character voices. I start doing a voice, and then as they talk more, I realize, like, they shouldn't sound like that. I'm gonna try more of a, like, you know how I'm doing, like, Fark a little bit, like, raspy? Like, maybe I'll do more of a edge voice, but it's, like, more complete. Like, Fark, you know, wasn't properly optimized, so his voice is still scratchy, but EJ is Fark's voice, but more full. Hey, 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 what's with all the anger? Can't you take a joke? Where's the doctor? Oh, I don't know. Maybe inside of your butt? And then as soon as I start trying to do a more serious voice with him, he says something like that. Bring it on! I do kind of like how the dialogue in this game is occasionally, like, really juvenile. Okay. So yeah, here's our Troppleganger here, and his moves are looking very much like Fark in the first game. Yeah, I'm gonna have to be a lot better on the parries. Because he's damaging me way faster than I'm damaging him. Anytime this song is in one of the games, I get a copyright hit for it. I'm not actually getting, like, any points on my record, but it, like, always gets noticed. Luckily, the owners of this song still allow it to be on YouTube. Right, okay, the static gives me a damage multiplier. Okay, let's hop over to the fist power. The other thing is there's nothing that shows you the names of these power-ups, unlike in the first game. Okay, we got him. Honestly, that was easier than Float. Float healed herself mid-fight. So yeah, we still got it on the first try. Probably be harder if I was actually playing this on hard mode. There you are. Can't say you deserved any better. Shut up! Let me go! Nope. Time to take out the trash. So, I mean, he did let you go. Hey, you over there. You're looking for this doctor guy, right? Man, I've killed plenty of his kind back in the day. But I got a little surprise for you. The man himself said he would make an appearance. How exciting. What? What are you talking about? There he is. There's the big guy. The doctor is dead. I don't think I believe that. I don't think they would kill off Armstrong. Aw, don't be afraid. Freom is a good man. Now, you better not make any wrong moves. Okay, so this is interesting because before Double and Flint and Float were talking like they were just mercenaries hired by Freom, and they weren't particularly loyal to him. They were just kind of doing a job, and they were sort of like about maybe not doing the job anymore. But I think maybe Double and Flint have been taken over by Freom's virus, and that's why he's got the glowy red eye now. I think Freom's taken them over. He could just kill you too. Indeed, but there is no rush. You will die soon enough. Although I failed to get rid of the first Jester. With this new body, I am able to incinerate a whole city in the blink of an eye. I highly doubt you would be any trouble to me. As a matter of fact, you never were. I kicked your ass in the first game, bud.
Now I know you are here because of your name. I have the answers you seek, Jester, and I shall give them to you. This might come off as a surprise to you, but my name isn't Freom. My real name is Unit 1.
We met a Unit 0 in the first game, didn't we? We met a, original. That wasn't Unit 1, right? That was Unit 0.
And yours is Unit 2.
Okay, so I'm the second ever, robot of this level of sapience, I guess.
You are my creation. You are my son.
Okay, Double has red eyes, but Flint doesn't. But maybe he only just took over Double, and since Double is Flint's boss, Flint would just go along with it. Flint might not realize Double is taken over.
You knew? You knew, didn't you? I didn't. I'm just as surprised as you are, believe it or not. That was quite the family reunion there. Shame our kind doesn't really get to have those. Flint, go now.
But, Master, I should be the one.
I said now.
Why? There's no way.
I'm surprised you don't care about the doctor, man. Didn't think you were so cold-hearted.
I guess the one reason why we really wanted to get Dr. Armstrong was so that he could go into our data and tell us our name and, our actual origin. And we're finding that out anyway.
Shut up! This is none of your business.
Whatever, man. I guess he's just some doctor. They die in droves around these parts. They just keep making new robots every single day. Or should I say, slaves.
You don't care about that, do you?
Ha! Boy, you're good. But you're right. I really don't. The fighting, the death, the destruction. Slicing through metal or flesh, I don't care which. It feels great. And you know what? I'm about to slice through some of you. This'll be the most satisfying kill of my life. Bring it on, Jester!
Okay, so are we jumping right into a double boss fight? It is actually a double boss fight, because we're fighting him after another boss fight. So okay, I guess it was still a surprise. So I think we're still going to learn more about who EJ is and why EJ is. And where EJ is. Okay, I think we got a new song here. So here's the thing about a parry move, though. It makes it, not really... There's not really a reason to, move around the battlefield. Okay, you are out of a health bar, buddy. There we go. I guess, was that, your desperation move? Oh, cool, I got, a gold medal. I guess that was for not dying. I really wasn't expecting this. Neither was I. This is just a spare body. It was remote controlled. Okay, it's a Freom spare body. Yeah, the Freom fell apart at some point. But why would he do that? I don't know. He went through all of this. And for what? What did he do? Rimalo, we got a job to do. Right, let's go. Okay. Oh, we're going north. I thought maybe we'd go south. Terminal Dragon. Okay, so they do still put these as two different stages. Just sometimes with story moments, the game moves me right from one stage to another. And that's fine. I I guess let's do one more. Let's do this terminal dragon stage. This dragon cannot be cured. It is terminal. I don't know how to tell you this, sir. But you have terminal dragon. Okay, little spiky area here. Okay, so I'm thinking... So it's like a terminal, like a train terminal. And maybe the train is called a dragon. Maybe it's, like, modeled off a dragon. Nice, I thought I was falling to my death there, but I could actually run on the cable. That's sweet. This is why I love trains. You guys know I love trains. Oh, okay, I kind of thought you can dash after hitting a dash ring. Yeah, I get that, but it didn't... It felt like the dash ring was pointed upward, but it didn't send me upward. Okay, I think it was God's Little Princess mentioned there might be an extra dash you get if you're... Yeah, being in edgy form gives you an extra dash, so... Let's go edgy mode. Yeah, edgy no longer gives you a wall run, I don't think. They probably just, like, couldn't figure out how to implement that into the stage design. Okay. Nice, and if you, like, do that perfectly, you get a... You get a disc. And if it's... Yeah, if there's a, like, smooth surface transition to walls, that's the only way you can get on walls. So there is wall running in this game, it's just not attached to a particular ability, it's more attached to environmental factors. Whoa. That one tripped me up because there were lasers in the middle of the dash ring, so I changed my trajectory. And then I didn't have enough movement to get to where I wanted to go. I was also thinking about this before. So we haven't seen Spark in 3D yet. But Fark runs like Shadow runs. He's got, like, the laser shoes. What? Yeah, again, the spring didn't send me up as high as I think it was supposed to. I might be doing something wrong, but... I don't think so. I could be wrong now, but I don't think so. It's a jungle out there. Okay. I'll accept it. I'm gonna try not to worry about fighting enemies, because I don't need to. The lasers look cool. I'll give you that. I'll give you that, lasers. You look cool. Yeah, it doesn't seem to matter how fast you're actually going either. But yeah, Fark has, like, the hover shoes that Shadow has. See, we're getting better. We're getting better at that. It's about patience. It's about patience and not just, like, smashing the dash button as soon as you're airborne. So what was the gold medal we got before? Was that for getting through a level without dying? Okay, and this would be the terminal dragon, I guess. Okay. So there's some way to damage that. There we go. I did, like, the tiniest little sliver of damage to it, but... Yeah, the damage I'm doing is so slow. Okay. The Mecha Punch thing, the Evangelion form looked like it did more damage, even though I just missed a bunch of attacks. Will you stay still, though? It's also very hard to judge if I'm in attack range of it. Okay. If I'm being honest, the slowdown isn't helping me. It's messing me up more than anything. I mean, it's very cinematic, but not 5 times a second. Not every 5 seconds, I should say. Especially with the camera, like, trying to follow it. Okay, guys, you needed to have a fixed camera at this part of the game, is what you needed. You needed the camera to go fixed so that it, like, stayed on this boss. I also quite feel like I am parrying him, and he's just... Yeah, I do not like the game feel of this. Ugh. Okay, I just really want this guy to be dead. It's like playing with my perception of both space and time, because it moves the camera around all over the place without me wanting it to, and then it does all these, like, rapid slowdowns. This is actually making me feel a little sick. And I do not get motion sickness from games easily. Like when... Oh my gosh. Stop, man. It's because I'm getting closer to it, so it's getting, like, behind the camera, so the camera's trying to turn around to look at it, but, like, I need to be close to it to hit it. And then I can't tell if I'm close enough to it, because this is a bad camera angle. Okay, done? Yes. Alright. Felipe, I'm sorry. I can't give you an A for effort on that one. That one... You know, you tried something. I don't think it lived up to your vision there. Okay, I'm gonna go, like, close my eyes for 5 minutes, because that one, ugh. I'm sorry for people watching it at home. You know, like, back when Oscar and I were playing Cuphead, and we were doing the DLC, and we did the Howling Aces, you know, we kind of played up a little bit how, like, motion sick that was making us. Maybe it was really making Oscar motion sick, because he does get motion sick with some things. For me, it was really just disorienting. That, like, has me feeling queasy, what I just did. But okay, we're past it. It worries me because I know there's probably an extra mode in this game, and I'm gonna have to go through all this again and fight that guy with EJ or something like that. But I don't know, we'll see. I'm the Comic Foil. I'll see you guys next time. Send me your favorite Tropplegangers. I think we're onto something here. I think this should be a new trope.